Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning everyone. First of all, I would like to thank God Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala who has been giving us blessing and mercies so we can have a good condition today. The first thing I would like to say, the Honorable Professor Dr. Mashadi said M.Pd as a lecture of academic speaking for scientific purpose and all of my beloved friends. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Gilang Rizkia Aditia. At this moment, I would like to share a crucial discussion about building speaking confidence, overcoming the fear of mistake in EFL. The material will be presented its requirements to fulfill the final test assignment of academic speaking for scientific purpose subject. In postgraduate of English Education Department, let's discuss it. In this second slide, you can see there is a quote about public speaking tips. Don't be afraid to make mistake. Making mistake is how we learn. By John C. Maxwell. It means the mistakes are essential for learning, encouraging the learner to embrace them as opportunities for growth, building confidence, and focus on the progress rather than perfections. In this slide, I am going to tell you the outlines for our discussion today. There are 7 crucial points. The first point about introduction. The second one talk about understanding the source of fear. The third about effective approach to overcome the fear. The fourth talk about best practice to build confidence. The fifth about goal setting. The sixth point talk about review through question, and the last point about personal story. Let's discuss it one by one. The first point discussion about introduction. As the word is used here, introduction, it means explaining the purpose and importance of this presentation, so it can encourage the audience to stay focused and invested in this presentation. The topic discussion about building speaking confidence, overcoming the fear of mistake in EFL. Talk about EFL, speaking English as a foreign language often comes with challenge, especially the fear of making mistake. This fear can hinder progress, reduce confidence, and create unnecessary barrier to effective communication. In this presentation, we are going to identify the root cause of this fear, introduce actionable strategies to overcome it, and provide practical steps to help learners build their confidence. Our goal is to empower the learner to embrace their learning journey and communicate in English with confidence and ease. The first thing, we are going to explore this fear together and find ways to overcome it. Let's start by understanding where this fear comes from. Many learners worry about pronunciation and making grammar mistake, or perhaps it's the fear of someone's judgment pointing out your action or a slip up. This concern can stem from a fear of being judged or not being understood. The truth is, everyone makes mistakes, even native speaker. It's all part of the learning process. Think about it when you learn a new recipe. Do you get it perfect the first time? I think probably not. But with practice, you become better and better. Absolutely. By understanding the origin of our fear, we can begin to address it and move past it. So, how do we overcome this fear and start speaking English with confidence? One effective approach is to start with small steps. Instead of diving into conversation, start with simple exercise to build confidence gradually. Then you could try talking to yourself in English. Narrate your day. Describe what you see around. That's a great point. When taking this small step allow us to practice without the pressure of immediate feedback. Additionally, focus on what you want to say rather than worrying about grammar, but concentrate on the message you wish to say. By shifting your attention from the fear to expression, you can build confidence and enjoy the process of speaking English. Besides that, you must focus on the message rather than striving for perfection. Remember, making mistakes is a natural part of learning, so embrace them as opportunities to grow. Stay positive and surround yourself with supportive people who encourage you. Celebrate small achievements like successfully completing a conversation in English and be kind to yourself. Learning a language takes a long time. If you feels overwhelming, consider seeking help from a teacher or coach who can provide personalized advice and support. By taking this step, you can overcome your fear and build confidence in speaking English. Another powerful tool for improving your English speaking skill is listening. Listening to real-life conversations, audiobook, listen to music, watching movie or podcast expose you to diverse vocabulary and speech patterns. This doesn't only enhance our understanding, but also boost our confidence in speaking. It's like learning the melody before attempting to sing the song. This helps you get used to how English sounds and improve your vocabulary. You can also try repeating phrases from movie or song. It's fun and helps with pronunciations. Visualization is powerful. It helps create a mental blueprint for success. By immersing yourself in the language, you will naturally absorb pronunciation, grammar, and the flow of conversation. Another example, listen to podcasts are also a great choice. Exactly. The podcast offer a wide range of the topic and provide necessary vocabulary and also the tips for your learning journey. The more you listen, the more comfortable you will feel speaking. Then, definitely, creating a supportive network is another important factor. Surround yourself with friends or mentors who encourage you to practice speaking. Engaging with supportive people can make a huge difference. You can also join online forum or social media groups. Let's not forget about joining a club or class. Being around others who want to learn can motivate you. Yes, many community center or online platform offer language classes. You will meet new people in there and practice together. Let's start by selecting a quiet, comfortable place to practice, like a peaceful room at home or a cozy cafe. A calm setting helps you feel more relaxed and focused. You can also try speaking in front of the mirror to boost your confidence. Begin with just 1 minute of speaking each day and gradually extend the time as you become more comfortable. Another great way to build confidence is by recording your speech and listening it. This allows you to pinpoint areas for improvements, like pronunciation or sentence structure, and also giving you the opportunity to track your progress. By reflecting on your performance, you can become more aware of your strengths and identify areas that need more attention, which help increase your confidence as you continue to improve. Then, practice often. The more you speak, the easier it will get. Start with friends or family who support you, or you can also join language group or online chat. Speaking with others can really help your confidence. Taking this small step can lead to significant progress over time. Besides that, there are so many options to build up confidence and overcome the fear in speaking time, such as join English study group or conversation clubs. This group provides a supportive environment for practicing your speaking skill and receiving valuable feedback. The more opportunities you have to speak English in a supportive environment, the more comfortable and confident you will become. And remember, there are also many apps and websites where you can practice speaking with others. Yes, platforms like Language Exchange app lets you connect with people who want to learn your language, such as join language group, online chat, etc. And don't forget, don't be afraid to make mistakes. Making error is a natural part of the learning process. And it's through this mistake that we grow and improve. By embracing our mistake, we can learn from them and gain confidence in our ability to communicate effectively in English. Therefore, to To stay motivated, it is important to set clear goals. Identify why you want to improve, especially in your speaking skill and how it will benefit you. Your goals can be as simple as having a fluent conversation with a native speaker or having ambitious as studying abroad. Whatever your goal is, write it down, make it specific, and even put a timeline on it. By defining your goals, you will give yourself a sense direction, which can fuel your progress. That brings us to our final tips, celebrating your victory. However, it is important to appreciate the step you take along the way. Did you master a new grammar point? Or did you have a successful conversation with a stranger? Please give high five for yourself. And remember, learning a language is a marathon, not a sprint. So please be patient with yourself and celebrate every milestone along the way. Next, review through the question. There are two sentences. First, talk about, is fear of speaking English solely related to language ability? The answer is no. It can also come from fear of judgment, lack of self-confidence, or negative past experience regardless of language skills. The second question is, what are the most common reasons for being afraid to speak English? The answer is, there are three most common reasons for being afraid to speak English are fear of failure, fear of being misunderstood, and fear of making grammar mistake. To enhance our understanding of the topic, there is a personal story set to a YouTube video. This story will provide a real-life example or perspective that connect with the concept we have been discussing. By hearing someone's first-hand experience, it becomes easier to relate to the topic and see how the idea or strategy we have covered can be applied in practical, everyday situations. This approach helps to reinforce the discussion point and makes the subject more engaging and relatable. Please enjoy watching.
Now, let's share a few personal stories. Jennifer, do you remember your first time speaking English in front of others?
Sure, I'll start. I remember my first big experience speaking English in front of a group. I was in high school and had to give a presentation in class.
That must have been really stressful. What happened?
It really was. I practiced my speech many times in front of my mirror. I felt ready, but when I stood up in front of my classmates, my heart raced.
I can imagine. How did you feel when you started speaking?
At first, I was so nervous that I stumbled over my words. I could see some of my friends looking at me and I thought, what if I mess up?
That's a common fear. What did you do?
I took a deep breath and reminded myself that it was okay to make mistakes. I focused on my main message instead of worrying about how I sounded.
That's a great strategy. What happened next?
As I continued, I started to relax. I saw a few friends nodding and smiling at me, which gave me confidence. By the end, I felt proud of myself.
That's fantastic. Did this experience change how you felt about speaking English?
Definitely. It showed me that speaking English doesn't have to be perfect. The important thing is to communicate and connect with others.
That's such an inspiring story. It's a reminder that we all have fears, but facing them can lead to growth.
Jack, have you ever experienced a fear of speaking in front of others?
I felt the same way during my first English presentation. I made mistakes, but everyone was supportive. It made me want to keep going.
Exactly. Remember, everyone has gone through this. You're not alone.
Absolutely. Jennifer?
Exactly. So, if you're feeling scared to speak English, remember that you're not alone. Everyone starts somewhere, and each step forward counts.
Thanks for sharing your story.
Well, just now we have done reviewing again the topic discussion from video conversation with two persons. It can make our understanding stronger than before. And at this moment, I would like to deliver conclusion based on our discussion today. The first is fear of making mistake is a natural part of learning EFLs. Then, understanding the root cause of fear is essential for overcoming it. Meanwhile, confidence grows through practice, focusing on communications and embracing mistake. Next, practical strategies like joining sportive communities and using technology can accelerate progress. The last, setting clear, achievable goal motivate learner to stay persistent and confident. This is not the end. It is not even the beginning of the end, but it is perhaps the end of the beginning. I think enough. Thanks for your attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.